What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another game review, and this time we are on Resident Evil 0. So with Resident Evil 0, when the game came out, I was just kind of like, I think after playing 4, I just didn't really care that much to go back and play 0 because I felt like it was, what are you guys gonna put in this game that I hadn't played when I played the first one? And I kind of felt like, is there anything really in here that's gonna keep me interested to even play this game? And for the most part, I just wasn't interested. So then at some point I ended up purchasing the Resident Evil remaster that he did for GameCube, but I got it on the Xbox at this point. And it came with Resident Evil 0. I was like, okay, well, for the price point and stuff, I'll check it out. And for the most part, it was pretty fun. I did not like it. I enjoyed it pretty much. However, I kind of felt like this is one of the Resident Evil games where the story, there just wasn't a lot there. It wasn't bad. It was just like, 1 and 2 and 3 had a good amount of story to draw from. In 0, there was only so much they could do, I think, because it's only 24 hours before Resident Evil 1. I believe it was 24 hours. And, and overall, there wasn't much in it that hadn't been done before. I mean, as you can see, the Scorpion right here, that was something they added in as a boss. But overall, Resident Evil 0 didn't have anything that was mind-blowing. I mean, when you think about the story in regards to Wesker and the backstory of how Umbrella started and stuff to some degree, it had some Easter eggs there. But see, this is the other thing. If you play Code Veronica, there was a lot of the story in the books you came across too. So it's like there just wasn't enough in here I felt that should warrant that. Did a game really need to be made? I think it was just kind of like milking the cow at this point with Resident Evil 0. My rating for it, I would probably give it I'd give it a 7. Almost thought about giving it a 6, but I'd give it a 7. The problem with Resident Evil 0, besides the story too, was this. The situation where you worked with, like, both Billy and Rebecca had their they're positive and negatives, and they're pros and cons with using each character. But what I just didn't really care for was that you couldn't put items in a safe house. Like, you couldn't store stuff. You have to just drop it, which was really annoying. And then on top of that, you know, they didn't have very much inventory. And it just got to the point where it was just really fucking tedious to have to go back and forth, go back and forth. And if you know, and I didn't have a strategy guide or anything. So a lot of times I had to edit my videos sometimes because I just kept going back and forth, picking this up, dropping this, picking this up, because it wasn't what I needed. I was just like, man, this is just a waste of time. So I would cut some of my videos sometimes because I was just kept running back and forth, picking up, dropping, picking up, dropping. And that crap was really just tedious. And you would think that, hey, you know, we had things in Resident Evil 1, we're not going to do it in 0. But I'm like, come on, don't do... As far as I'm concerned, always make a game fun. Never make it to where, especially if you already have some games that came out before the current game you release, don't take away things that makes it more fun for the player, or makes it more tedious. Nobody wants to... People, when we play video games, we want to have fun. Oh, these damn things. Those things were a pain in the ass. When we play video games, we want to have fun. It's escapism from dealing with whatever we have to do in the world, whether it's our job or taking care of our family or living, you know, doing things that we have to do every day. Video games is where we escape and want to have fun. And 0 just had a few elements that were just really, really tedious. Yeah, that damn thing was the worst thing in the game. And it was just tedious to where I was just like, I think I could sense where I was in the game, and I was just like, I just wanted to finish it because I was just tired at that point. I was tired of having to keep going back and forth, dropping this off, picking this up, because I couldn't store anything in a safe house. And when they did that in Resident Evil 1 and then kept moving it forward, it didn't make things totally easier. It just made it to where I don't have to lose good equipment, and you know, I can carry on and drop stuff and put it away if I need it as an emergency. This game, it didn't do that. And it didn't necessarily make it harder. It just made it tedious to where it's like, okay, I can only carry so much, so let me go back to where I dropped my stuff off and pick this up and go back and then pick this up and go back and then pick it. And I just didn't enjoy that. The monsters, for the most part, wasn't anything like right here. The monsters weren't anything I hadn't seen. I think the monkeys were something new, but everything else was pretty much what it appeared in 1 to an extent. It was fine. There was a couple scary moments, but not really. Not like the original or even the other ones that came after it. As far as music-wise, I don't think there was a lot of music too much. It was just more so of a quiet survival horror game. And I think that was difficulty. I played it on normal. I didn't play it on easy, but I didn't play it on hard. So I don't want to say it's a difficult game because, you know, you got to play it on hard to make that thing. I would just say it had a couple of parts where it's like, okay, what do I do here? But it wasn't low in like, oh, it's so hard to beat and stuff. Like some people have said that. I was just like, no, it wasn't hard to beat. It just had a, like, see, this is where I kept all my items and stuff that I didn't use. I would just drop it here and then come get it. It just was really tedious at times with that shit. Like, let's say you're towards the end, I gotta run all the way back because I'm out of flamethrowers and I need to get some more ammunition, so let me run all the way back there to get it. It was just stuff like that. So I would say, if you never played Resident Evil 0, if you really want to know about what happened with Wesker starting out and what transitioned with certain people, then I would say, you know, check it out. If you just want to, for fanfare, would I advise anybody to play this off the top? No, there's just not enough here to make it interesting, especially after the amount of Resident Evil games I have played over the years. I would just say, you know, if you're just a fan of all their material, then play it as a fan. But is it necessary to play this game? No, most of the stuff in here you can just read it. There's not anything that you're really missing out on. Like if you were playing the other games, I said definitely play those, but this one you're not really missing anything on. You're not missing out on anything because they have yet to bring back Billy Cohen. This was his only appearance, and then Rebecca is no longer a playable character after Resident Evil, so we hear about things about her, but it's just like whatever. It kind of gives a little depth about what happened to Bravo Team at first, but that's about it. So with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.